let's do our bit for sustainability. Our guest co-host today is Tatiana, the founder of Goumbook, a social enterprise dedicated to accelerating sustainability and, of course, climate action in the UAE and beyond. Great to have you back here on the show. Thanks so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Goumbook, 15 years, is that right?
Yes.
Now? So, you know, here we are talking about sustainability and banging the drum. You've been doing it for well over a decade now, and before as well. You've made it your life's work and are being recognised for it. Countless awards along the way. And congratulations on the latest recognition, a little earlier on this year, the recipient of a blue visa. Now, a lot of people go, okay, yeah, special visa. These are truly unique. Only 20 people globally have the visa, 7 here in the UAE, and Tatiana, you're the only female recipient as well. What does that mean to you personally, but also professionally in terms of recognition?
It's an incredible recognition, definitely, for the work done these 15 years, not only by me, but the whole Goumbook team. It's been a labor of love, many years working as volunteers with no budgets, and then slowly really going into really important topics, impact around the country. And for the past, I would say, 2-3 years now, we are actually going into the GCC, into the MENA region. So it's a recognition, it's also a validation of what we believe in, and the work that has been done is working, it's having an impact, and it can help people, it can help companies, and it can scale. And I think it's important to look at scaling sustainability and sustainable solutions in the region. And I think it's also what we're going to be talking about today, right?
Yeah, I must just point out as well, for those that don't know, so the blue visa is given to sustainability advocates, correct?
So it's for people who've done work in the environmental field, social field, but also for startups or entrepreneurs who are bringing new solutions, technologies and innovations that can help be more sustainable.
I'd like to know what that phone call was like, receiving that phone call to find out you're one of only 20 people globally and the only female recipient. How was that? How did you find out?
It was incredible because they announced the blue visa a year and a half ago, and there was a lot of waiting and understanding who would receive this visa. And I got a call one day from the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment, where we work with them on a few projects. But the tone of voice was very serious, and I thought, something's wrong. And they were like, we need to talk to you, it's confidential. We need to communicate something to you. I'm like, oof, this doesn't sound good. I really was expecting something bad. And then he said, we have decided to award you with the blue visa. Do you accept? And I was like, I started laughing hysterically, saying, of course I accept.
Yeah, who's saying no?
This is an amazing honor, and it was beautiful.
Amazing.
We did speak about what it means to you, what it means to your business. What does it mean to the community to have a visa like this, a blue visa recognizing environmentalists?
So I think this means that there's a recognition that sustainability is important, that we need to look into solutions, innovations and products that make our life easier. We talk a lot about climate change and waste and issues that are very big. And sometimes as individuals we might feel actually powerless. What can I do? And when you suddenly acknowledge people and their companies and their solutions, it means come to the UAE, bring these solutions, and let's make it practical. It's something that needs to help us in our everyday life. You as an individual, us as a business, but also as a country. We cannot only think about policy, governments taking decisions, or large corporations. It's a global effort. We're all in this together, and it's also our daily life. You know, you might be doing the right thing in the office, but you want to go back home and being able to understand, what do I do with my waste? How do I reduce the energy consumption and my waste and my water consumption? What is the food I am actually putting on the table for my children? And what are these chemicals I'm using around the house? Are they good for me or not? These are big questions that give a lot of anxiety. And I don't know if you've heard recently, there's a lot of eco-anxiety around the world, and cases are actually also coming into the UAE. A few clinics have acknowledged cases of eco-anxiety. It's because we hear a lot about all these issues on the TV, in the media, But a lot of people feel like, what can I do? And we need to empower people with the right information, the right products, and for them to take action every day.
What advice would you give then to people, say, at home watching? And I guess going back to what we were saying, if you heard us chatting at the top of the show, in terms of perhaps they're doing the right things at home and their children are doing the right things, but yet they're going to work for a corporation that is not. What would you advise them to do to make those conversations happen?
Well, I would start creating a little community around the office, because more and more people are aware, and this happens also because our children in school get a lot of information and data about how to be more sustainable, and they do come home telling their parents what they've learned about. But it's about being a community. So we're not alone, and a lot of people think like us. It's just about communicating. So finding people around the office that think like us, creating a little eco-committee, and then going to management and saying, we had an idea, why don't we do this? And sometimes to go into sustainability doesn't mean a need of large budget. Sometimes it's really about actually saving money. The perfect example is transitioning away from bottled water, plastic bottles. You install a filtration system that actually costs a few thousand dirhams. You end up saving money. You don't have to deal with all that waste anymore. It's a win-win also for the company. So it's more about externalizing and asking. Sometimes we're afraid to ask for change, but it's not so difficult. So we need to be a bit more at ease by saying, why don't we do something? And this is what we stand for, looking at solutions.
Isn't there great risk though, and is it one of the challenges? And I know you've been trying to do this throughout your entire career and try and continue to do it, but people are so impatient, they want to see results. So if you tell them to put a water filter in, he said, yeah, but you will see the benefit in a couple of years' time. If you recycle the plastic bottles, you will see a benefit, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. Is that one of the challenges we face at the moment in terms of educating people?
Absolutely. Also because I think our society is based on I want something now, immediately. It's the way we consume, right? But I think we also need to go back to a more long-term vision on everything we do. It's the same thing when you take care of yourself. You take vitamins and supplements. Do you see the impact the next day? No, you are told that this will happen over a few months. So it's the same thing. It's about our health, the health of the planet, and it cannot happen in one day. You will see savings in a longer term. And also when you look at the way we look at our finance, do you see immediately like your savings coming up onto your bank account? No, it's a labor, and you need to plan this. So sustainability is about planning. We need to look at it in a long-term vision, and we need to also do it for our children and future generations, not for us today only.
Well, Tatiana, you definitely are the expert on this, so we're very happy to have you as our guest co-host. We're going to take a little break right now, though, but next up, we are going to be finding out how Expo City is evolving from a legacy event space, as we know, to a green innovation lab. We'll see you in a sec.